Niggas done slept on my last shit, I'm going bad shit, eating my plantains. Niggas be moving so basic, I put that shit on my watch and my main thing. I kept my anger in silence, now we got by it, hoping the mood change. Me and our homies are wildin', now we gon' riot, changing the whole game. I put VB on my bag, man. Niggas want verses, I tax, man. We turn a nigga to max pain. I heard your shit in the trash can. Now we got Key, and he feed us beats. I feel like a dog who been on a leash. I came to compete, I'm taking y'all seats. You get to compete, y'all peas on my fees. I'm under 6 feet, I win in my sleep. I send them a sheep, I'm grinding my teeth. You close to the team, like who do you be? No fucking with she, no fucking with me. You win our league, I'm planting my seed. I'm one of the G's, I'm beeping your body, y'all weak in the knees. It's WV, it's WV, it's WV. Ah!
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah,
that's how you fucking rap niggas rap.
These bitch ass niggas that wanna fucking rap this shit, dog.
Yeah. VB on the rise.
You see these little niggas.
Y'all fuck niggas gotta die.
Nigga, that shit's fucking bullshit, nigga. Fuck you niggas talking about, man.
Yo, you already know what it is. You were listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
And we have a very special guest in the building, you feel me? Hailing all the way from Brockton, Massachusetts, we have Meech BOLD. How are you doing today?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. How y'all feeling?
Nah, we good. We good. You know, it's another Tuesday, rocking Christmas episode. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
I'm on a Christmas week.
So we rocking. Yeah, it's a very special episode. You feel me? But I'm doing all right. Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. As y'all said, it's a Christmas episode, so we blessing y'all with this one exclusive interview as well as episode. So you're welcome.
Facts. We got Kat kicking it with us in the studio. Meech was gracious enough to join us for this episode.
I'm grateful too.
Oh, appreciate you.
I'm gonna be like that.
Appreciate you. Facts. Coming all the way from Brockton. Y'all have had a busy year. Brockton has had a busy year this year.
Hold up, for y'all that might not know, he is a part of Buren,
yes, sir.
The group, the hip hop rap group.
I don't
want to put a label on y'all.
Yeah, no lie. I think I'm gonna push the agenda for independent label.
Independent label. Okay.
I want to. I've been tweeting. We a tribe. We're a tribe. I don't want to say collective no more.
You don't want to say collective?
Okay.
Y'all think you graduated past that?
Bro, we bang that. What? I ain't 16 no more.
Nah, talking shit. Yeah.
Nah, yeah. Next year, that's what you want to separate. You want to be Dreamville. You want to be a top dog. You know what I mean? Those are the blueprints. So they say Wu-Tang now, which is dope though. So
that's actually a great. Yeah. That's a good comparison.
I did hear like comparisons like that, and that's dope. I mean, being compared to a legendary group like that definitely has its perks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's been a busy year for y'all. Y'all are used to consistently dropping multiple projects, but this year is when y'all finally dropped the project as a group.
Yeah.
A lot of people were anticipating it. Everybody got to showcase some of their talents.
Yeah.
For those of y'all that may not know what we're talking about Bad for Press. They dropped their album
back in April this year.
Yes, sir. Album of the year, if you ask me.
Go ahead, talking nice.
I mean, album of the year.
They did win a BMA off that shit, so congratulations. Let me give you the congrats for that.
That one was Black Wall Street, but still
Black Wall Street. Okay, wait, they still got one. Facts.
They gave it to our encore act, which was interesting, but Bad for Press is the one.
You felt like Bad for Press was better?
Bro, Bad for Press was the one.
No, facts. I feel that way,
that
too.
was a great
I feel that way, too. I thought Black Wall Street was a nice extension off of that, like some extras. And it's nice that y'all were able to do that Aziz collab.
Bro.
So that worked out well. And I was like wondering what y'all meant when you said y'all were taking over the West Coast. But when that project came out, I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. You know, the rumors were out there. They were like, yo, is there like a TDE connection maybe possibly forming?
No one knew. No bullshit. I thought that was the case. They had that TDE tie.
I like that rumor.
I remember y'all posted something with Schoolboy Q. Like he was
I think it was
his
Mac.
DJ.
His DJ.
Yeah.
He was giving y'all the shout outs. I was like, all right.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe they made that connection. Got that intro.
Bro, that was a funny I seen that. I remember some kid on Twitter, it was like, yo, they're just signing anybody now. TDE signing anybody now. First Keem now this, and we're like, yeah. But we didn't say nothing. We just kept like, all right.
No, of course.
We think we signed to them. Like, I'll take the buzz. I'll take the industry plant route.
Take that club.
People thinking that y'all were industry plants is hilarious.
Yo,
by the way.
that was. I wish. I remember someone says. I think one of the guys in VB was just like, shoot, tell that to my pockets right now. If I was an industry plant, because industry plant, we have bread. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We
Still
don't got
out in Brockton.
Yeah, bro, we still grinding. We're still grinding, still independent. You know what I mean? So it's a journey, man.
I mean, it's dope. Each of you can share your experience and your memories coming out of there. Like, we don't really hear that many voices that's making a lasting impact coming out of there. So, you know, it's dope just to get that experience through different lenses. You feel me?
Appreciate that.
But I just want to give the audience, since this is your first time on the platform, I just want to give them a little background info on you. So just go ahead, tell them about yourself. Obviously from Brockton, Massachusetts, 27?
About to be
27?
Yeah, Monday.
Hey, happy early birthday, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Facts.
Yes,
Damn. This time of the year must be like annoying. Do you get gifts on both?
No,
or
it's
just
quiet
one?
now, like, cause I'm older. It's
Facts.
quiet. It used when I was younger, and I had like some certain people, my family members, that was like, you know,
They choose.
they'll say I'm a favorite, you know what I mean, when I was growing up. But then as I got older, it was just socks and shirts, you know what I mean? So.
Nah, at a certain age, you start to appreciate that shit.
Nah, I was about to say.
Now? Oh, nah. Yeah.
I'm grateful.
That's kind of smooth. Like back in the day, I hate when my aunts did that shit.
Yeah, that first go around was weird though. When you first get that gift of just like, oh, just a shirt, I just started like just getting mad pensive. Like, hold up, like what's going on here?
Nah, when family members used to get me shit like that, I thought they were trying to tell me that I can't dress. Like when they used to get me like clothes and shit, I'm like, are you trying to tell me I can't dress?
Right.
But like, give me the. But now that I'm older, I look at that and I'm like, oh, okay, nah, that's just those are essentials. I feel that. Like good looks, I appreciate that now. Like when people just randomly buy me cologne, I'm like, see good looks. Because when am I ever out just shopping for cologne? Like good looks, I appreciate shit like that. But yeah, I'm in that same boat. But yeah, I just give the people a little background about yourself.
Yeah, man. Long story short, my parents are Haitian immigrants. You know what I mean?
Hey, shout out to the gang.
You know,
He's a Zoe.
He's a Zoe, 1804. You know, Zoe. Let's put that on my chest, little Haiti, like
all
as we
out
said.
here. Facts.
But yeah, man. Have 2 siblings, an older brother, younger sister. Grew up in just a strict household. Education was first. You know what I mean? So academics and stuff like that. Every Caribbean child will know that experience.
Definitely. Don't get me started.
You're right. You know what I mean? So
we all Haitian.
yeah, man. I grew up just out in Brockton. I had a different course from everyone in VB though. They ended up going to a public school system, and I was in private school. My parents were just working dumb hard to put me and my siblings through that. Just because Brockton's not, you know, it's a tough come up. You know what I mean? And it's the minority. So you already know violence and drugs and all that stuff inhabit our city as well. So they just wanted to keep me safe from the streets and all that. And then they put me and my siblings in private school. And from there, man, I'm a middle child, so I have a lot of like those tendencies. Just stay to myself, stay quiet, stay just always educating myself and playing video games when I was growing up, stuff like that. So like I had no phone. The easiest way I could transition into just making music was I had no phone growing up, so my brother would always have like burnt CDs and all that stuff. So. And I had an Xbox. He could burn the CD to the Xbox hard drive.
Doing that,
yeah, bro. And I had no iPhone, no iPod, none of that. So it was just every time playing 2K, whatever, and just I'll tee it up, and it was just amazing, bro.
Wow.
Music discovery was amazing.
Took me back.
Yeah, bro. You talking about blank CDs? You don't even know what's on it, and because his homie just gave it to him, and you know it would be like. So I grew up listening to a lot of Ye, 50, Lil Wayne.
Graduation or Curtis?
That's not even close. Graduation. Was
I just had to ask.
But
isn't crazy? 50
isn't
crazy? They went like head to
that was a
those
dope
albums.
That was a great moment in music.
Graduation.
But 50 got like, come on,
Facts.
like he really thought he was gonna be
I
like
respect
graduation.
It's funny.
With AO technology. Come on.
In my opinion, you just got to think about it this way. You ever hear anyone talking about, I'm going to go back and listen to Curtis? But on the daily, I talk about niggas like, yo, I'm still listening to Graduation.
Yeah, that's your favorite Ye album, right?
I was
Exactly.
To it. Yeah, bro.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, I listened to it last week. You know what I mean? So that shit still got gems. But 50 do got one of the greatest debuts ever.
Oh no,
like all time.
facts.
So
Definitely. Just one of the greatest stories ever.
Yeah, period. And he got the best TV shows in the world right now. So he got me locked in. But yeah, bro, just grew up on those guys, and then I always had a cousin from Florida who always come up, and he was just always hyphy, and he would just freestyle. He's like, yo, rap something, and then that just geared me into just like my thoughts and my creative aspect. Just I would rap, and it's funny I see Joey Badass's vinyl here, but I remember his Waves instrumental.
Oof.
I remember rapping on his Waves instrumental, bro, for like 20 minutes. There was like a 30-minute loop YouTube instrumental, and I would just rap on it. And that was like that one moment I was like, my cousin's like, yo, no cap, like, you kind of good. You know what I mean? Like, me and your brother, we over here rapping, but for you, it seemed very natural. And I was just like, where? Like, I never paid any mind because I was ball as life. You know what I mean? I was one of those people. So from there, it was always in the back of my mind with freestyle at lunch tables, stuff like that. And then when I went to college, I ended up hooping in college. Shout out Elms College in Chicopee, Mass, Western Mass area.
Word. Shout out to Western Mass.
Western
They don't get
Mass
enough love.
Nah. But also, I can understand why too. It's a double-edged sword. It's cool and it's one or the other.
But I'm not familiar. You tell me later.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We'll get into that. But yeah, man, I went out there. Was just hooping. I was just hooper, and I was just like, my mindset was try to go overseas, and then when I started not seeing that like was gonna happen by my junior year, I was like, I need to get this bread. I need to get this fetty. So, and I would write from here and there. And shout out Art Moses, man. My senior year, took an art class as an elective. I was just like, whatever. And bruh made me write a poem about the color blue. And he just rashed me. He just roasted me off my first attempt. And he was just like, man, you speak way more articulate than that. You're an RA. You a captain of the basketball team. Aren't you supposed to be like a master of speaking? And I'm like, damn, all right. Like, it was just this old 80-year-old great.
He challenged you.
He challenged me, bro. It was weird. After those 4 years, that's the only guy that ever challenged me.
Tough love.
Yeah, facts. So, yeah, from there, I wrote and just wrote. And my homies, obviously, dudes in VB, FELIX. Luke was always grinding. Ricky was always grinding with the music behind Luke and them. LYOR was always there too. But you know, like beforehand, me, Giles were just kind of chilling. We were just kind of like observant. Shelby, we were just all observant of it. So it was always prevalent, you know what I mean, to see dudes working on music. But I was like, nah, I ain't taking that seriously. But when that Art Moses situation happened, I started just digging deep. Music was amazing. 2016, that was like one of the greatest hip hop years ever of albums.
Crazy.
You know, so that impacted me to just be like, damn, I gotta make a tape, you know. And grew up off the blog era too. So, you know, there's a lot of things I was like, let me do something. So when I graduated, did the first mixtape on SoundCloud, Swish, just as an ode to everything that got to that point. My college career, really, it was really just the ode to end of basketball. Like that's my first love, you know what I mean? So it was just like, damn, I'm not gonna be playing it at a high level anymore. It was deep for me. So made the project off that. Had a bad breakup with a shorty of 2 years. And then that kind of led to dudes just progressing, you know what I mean? FELIX just progressed. Everyone was progressing. And I was working corporate America. I was in corporate America. You know what I mean?
That.
So yeah, bro. So when I heard you say that,
I'm there right now.
I feel that.
That's why I got that.
So when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, I feel y'all pain, man. I was in Connecticut, so
keep these lights on though.
Yeah. Right.
Fuck them at the same time.
Right,
though.
man. Same thing. Paid for my studio sessions. It got me through. So paid for cover art. You know what I mean? All that stuff. But that's when it started getting serious. Really, the 2019 is when it really got like, all right. Like when Luke and then went to Dreamville. Okay, hold up. Like, okay, we can do something and like be in rooms. So from that point, that was amazing. It was an insane year.
We didn't get to talk about that when he was here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't, cause it was just that year was just it was a blur, man, and it was so pure, and that was the moment I could say like we did Stiz, we did Red Bull show, and I was like, damn, like I'm meant for this, you know what I mean? In those moments, I wasn't afraid, I wasn't scared, I wasn't thinking at all. I was just kind of like, this is my art form that I was writing in the wee hours of the night, you know what I mean, bright early mornings. Like, I'm here for a reason. So
I was made for this type shit.
Yeah, it felt weird because it wasn't like that, you know what I mean. And 5 years ago, if you saw me, I wouldn't even be thinking like this. So that's what kind of led me to this point, you know what I mean. Corporate America issues and women issues and personal, you know, mental, physical, spiritual health, stuff like that, you know what I mean. Those challenges came when you just work in corporate America. So for me specifically, so yeah.
So I wanted to ask, because you said that you went to a private school, but everyone else, well, I know Luke went to Brockton High.
Yeah.
He said when he was here, he said he met a bunch of the other guys on VB at Brockton High.
Yes.
How did you get introduced to the rest of the Van Buren crew? Since you weren't even in that environment, the same environment.
Offended, yeah. I could say FELIX and Ricky FELIX. I went to school with them when we were little. So I've known FELIX since I was 3. Okay. So that was always a homie. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when he went to Brockton High, he met Giles, Shelby, Mo, specifically. And then through like the music scene, Ricky was connected to Luke. So, and that's his little brother. So like, you know what I mean? When he was around, Luke was around. You know what I mean? And it was stuff like that that had me when I come back home on weekends, stuff like that. Whenever I had time, they had shows, events, stuff like that, and I would pop through and just chop it up with them. You know what I mean? And that's how everything kind of connected. But at the end of the day, the main thing was FELIX. FELIX was the connector because I've known him since I was 3 years old. You know.
Oh, that's love.
Bro. Yeah,
That's day one right there.
That's legit.
That's
sandbox.
day one. That's the definition of day one.
That's sandbox.
Like
bro.
as I hear more like stories, I start to understand the chemistry within the group. So like that's just dope to hear. You feel me?
bro.
That's dope to hear.
Yeah.
So when did you start taking the music actually like seriously?
I would say 2019 is when I think it became more physical. Like the belief became more reality. 2017 is when I like, okay, let me put my head down, make a project, yada, yada, yada. But 2019 for sure, I could say with all the opportunities and performing at shows, was the first moment I was like, okay, like this is something that, and also how it made me just feel, you know what I mean? Being in the booth, the work to understanding how Pro Tools is, what is a layer, you know what I mean? What is an ad-lib? What's a good ad-lib? What's a good way to say words, bars, stuff like that, punchlines. Once that became more interesting to me, you know what I mean? That was 2019 for sure. Because we were trying to craft projects, you know what I mean, in VB. That's when it was like, okay, let's get this on and popping. So I would say 2019, 2 years for real.
So with that being said, like 2019, how many, just like two-part question, so like how many tracks were on Swish if you can remember off the top of your head?
Like 15?
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd say that's a solid body of work right now.
I wouldn't play it though.
No,
I'll say that.
No, that's cool.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, yeah, no, we
the-
always got to go back to the beginning.
Right.
We always got to go back to the
I'm not
beginning.
gonna take it down, you know what I mean?
Don't. People got to know where you started.
Yeah,
They got to
exactly.
see the
that
progression.
evolution.
You
See
feel
that
me?
evolution.
Yeah,
Started
bro.
from
You gotta
somewhere.
go from the warm up to the off season. You have to. You feel me?
Right.
I mean the come up. Nah, fuck the warm up. The come
warm
up.
up,
You gotta start
yeah.
from the come up to the off season. What I was gonna say, but
Yeah.
Swish me in 15 songs. But I feel like all the projects you dropped afterwards, there were EPs, right?
Yes, sir.
Was there a reason you decided to go that route instead of dropping like full bodies of work, just little packages instead?
Yeah, bro. I admire full bodies of work. You know what I mean? Because I'm really just big into the idea of art in itself. Excluding all the clout, all that shit that comes with art saved my life. You know what I mean? I could say To Pimp in a 1999 and College Dropout. You know, my Beautiful. I could keep going, bro.
Yeah, you're naming great tapes,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, bro. And these projects, you know, Cushion Orange Juice, mixtapes, you can even go back to then, that like define me. So I can 110% say, like, I was like, bro, I want to be like that. You know, that was always 2005. Because of the internet, Awaken My Love, Gambino, all those people. I'm like, damn, they're giving you worlds. So I wanted that. And that level. So that I feel took like time to build chemistry, you know what I mean, with production, studying more, you know what I mean. So I wanted to pace myself. And everybody else in VB were dropping albums. They were dropping albums that time frame, and I was just like, man, let me stand out in a way too, you know. So that was my mindset really of why I went. I think it's three EPs.
Yeah,
It's
you got 3.
Yeah.
So you actually dropped 9-4, which I'm assuming is the year you were born, right?
Yes, sir.
In 2019, which is the year you also said you started taking everything seriously.
Yeah, bro.
And personally, I've listened to all your music getting prepared for this. And 9-4 is my favorite. It's my favorite EP.
I don't blame you.
It got the best music on there for me personally. I had most of the tracks on here, especially Trust. We were talking about this before the show.
Yeah.
Had it on repeat 25 straight times. Especially if you're watching this, you should go listen to that shit right now.
Facts.
9-4.
Texting me right after you got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame but I wanted to ask you, like, what was the inspiration for that album? Like, what made you, or not album, EP? What made you create that? I just want to hear the story behind that EP because this is the first project you dropped.
Yeah.
When you took everything seriously,
Right.
You said you was going through a lot, so
Yeah.
Shout out to the Fugees.
I'm happy you saw that.
I got you.
Yeah,
Say that.
appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a big. The basis was the score, like just the world that they created, and they kind of like capsulized New York for them. You know what I mean? In their experience and understanding, like refugees, they felt like refugees in the game, and just the understanding of just the world for them is not. Sometimes the environment that they were born in just wasn't it. You know what I mean? Due to the government. You know what I mean? And systemic things. And I loved how they took their approach to it. So then I was like, all right, let me just sit back and like just study this a little bit, and then conversations with my boy. Shout out my boy Bryson. This is his hat too, Neo by Bryson, great dude.
Hey.
He's kind of like a creative consultant, you know what I mean? And we had conversations. I'm like, man, I did Swish, but it felt like child's play. But also I was having fun, but I was in no mood to have fun during that time of my life. You know what I mean? I was not social. I was inside, 24/7. I can truthfully say there's still things from that year that I think I still have to break out, you know what I mean, that habit. It was really a struggle. And that for me was just like stamping my sense of just like live, like just the purpose to live, you know what I mean? Because we're born, you know what I mean? That's the whole concept of 9-4. And I think the biggest thing is just like, you're born to live. You're born to live, bro. And it's just like, that was my big realization through studying and just reflecting and seeking counsel from mentors and shit like that. So that made me go like, damn. And the score was so dark. And Ready or Not, like just that sound was just like just the production. I was like, yo, if I could have every record have this type of like energy, I'm good. So that's how I kind of like came up with that, was just understanding like, I'm alive, you know what I mean? And I ain't finished with a purpose that, a higher being put me on here with. And I hate it because I think music wise, I want to ignore it, but I kind of want to chase that feeling. Like that's the reason why the album, I want it to be 9-4 on steroids.
What feeling? What feeling?
Like just the feeling in 9-4, why you even like it 2 years later.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that is what makes me kind of put that as like the holy grail of like all my work, because of just the passion, like the rawness to it. But at the same time, as we grew and studied, went through a lot of shit, musically and personally, you grow out of stuff. And that's why I was like, barriers, I can sit here and be like, Barriers to Knowing is my best work when it comes to like, if I went to a label right now, I was like, yo, I have a project, sign me. You know what I mean? 9-4, I can peep the flaws and everything. But I think that's why it's beautiful, because it's just like, I didn't really care about all that. I was just trying to survive. So whereas Barriers, I was like, okay, let me just be, I'm trying to get something. I want to make an art piece. So that's where I was coming from 9-4, man. I just wanted to live, man. I just wanted to be alive in a moment where I didn't feel like that. I was like very hopeless. So it was amazing. To this day, I listen to it all the time. So it's crazy you said that. That's funny.
No, go ahead.
So how are you feeling now, as pertains to the way you were feeling when you made 9-4? How is it now when you're making music? How does it feel?
Man, it's became more surgical, like in comparison to before, where you're just kind of going off the emotions and just saying. I remember I saw something a writer was saying, because I'm big into just writing, because it goes back to the poetry, right? Like goes back to that class. Like the words need to have meaning. So I'm trying to get better at saying more with less words. Stuff like that, you know what I mean?
I'm great. I'm happy as fuck you said that, because before the show, I was telling this man, Dev, like, yo, when he raps, he spits. Like, he says shit. He's not just rapping just to rap. Like, I fuck with... thank you for saying that. Yeah, because you just validated everything I was thinking. Like, yo, he's not just saying shit just to say shit. Like, he has a message behind the things he's saying. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. And Swish was there. Like, Swish was like, I was seeking, but like, I was getting a bag. So I was just like, like cool, Maserati, like
I'm feeling myself.
Like, we getting these shorties, we getting these women, we lit, like
my bag,
right,
my Duffy,
yeah, bro. So
and then you started to get more artistic with it.
Yeah.
And that's dope. So you were saying that around that time when you dropped 9-4, you were in a bad space, and since then it's grown from that. But that hunger that you had when you dropped 9-4, you still feel that presence?
Yeah, I think that was the whole point of Speed. You know what I mean? 110%. Like, I feel it times 10,000 now, because
perfect.
Like,
let's talk about Speed.
Yeah,
go
bro.
ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
That's it. That's the reason why. Like, I would, to answer that, I'll be like, I'll tell everybody, I'm like, go listen to Speed. You know what I mean? If you think how I'm feeling, like that's my energy. Like, and I think that's it feels great to know. I could get that off to be able to just work on an album, a debut album. You know what I mean? So. And stuff like that. This is a great production.
Nah, facts.
Ricky's amazing, man.
When
I hear the beats, I smile.
So I just want to play this for people real quick, just so they can vibe out to this. This is Lions Den Freestyle off of Meech's latest tape, Speed. Make sure y'all go check that out. I do want to talk about,
real quick before you do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you work with the same producer for everything?
Nah,
Even your own
this
EPs?
is my first time.
Okay.
That was my first time. That was my whole focus with it. It was a chess move for me. So Speed, like out of the 12 records, 9 of them are Ricky.
Okay.
And then 9 of them are Ricky, and 11 are VB produced. So the other 2 is Louis, who's the producer engineer of VB, and then Andrew. Andrew, we just like.
No, the only reason I asked is because I know some people like to stick with one producer because that producer knows their sound. They know what kind of beat fits with what they're trying to do and everything. So
yeah.
Y'all mostly work with in-house, right?
Yeah.
Individually, not as much. If you look at our previous work, it's like not as much. You won't see too much. I think that's why Luke's Good Evil like really like captured something because he did a like majority of it with Kieran, which was VB. So like
Kieran,
he'll go crazy, right?
go crazy, bro.
So like
that Gangbanger remix changed everything. In my eyes, that Gangbanger remix changed everything, bro.
I'm happy you say that. Yeah, I would say Luke within VB. When it comes to VB production, it was Luke. Everybody else just got sprinkled beats here and there. You know what I mean? Okay. After that, from there, yeah.
So with this tape, you said that Speed, obviously, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You said that you treat full bodies of work, you treat it very special. This one you dropped on SoundCloud.
Yes, sir.
Quick question: do you plan on dropping it at all on the streaming platforms?
When is this episode coming out? I gotta ask.
Thursday.
All right, it's gonna whatever. It's gonna drop Monday on my birthday.
Okay,
so
word.
it'll be on distro Monday.
Word, that's dope. Okay,
Yeah.
They heard it here first.
I was gonna say if they see it, I was gonna say if they see it beforehand Monday.
Nah, slid. Go. They should go run up the streams on SoundCloud real quick.
Even though I get nothing, but it's all good.
It's still run up the streams on SoundCloud and then bring that same shit to the streaming platforms.
Right.
So you said because obviously you dropped the EPs in between, so now you felt that this was the perfect time to drop a full body of work.
Yeah. And
you haven't dropped a full body project since Swish.
Yep.
So what made this one, feel like it was the right moment to go ahead and do that?
I think it was just kind of like the buzz, of course, like that we've grown this year. I wanted to leave something behind for this year, personally, individually. I know we did the 2 projects, but I mean, you're talking about 12 songs on Bad for Press, 5 on Black Wall Street. In today's time, like 17 records, I mean, in a year, for now with the listener and the consumer, it's not like a lot, really. For like, to get a feel of everybody.
Man, interrupt you real quick while you say that.
It's sad that the attention span has shifted, so.
I feel that, but just to, give you some praise in that same sentiment. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might say what? Would you say like 5 songs off Bad for Press?
5 off Black Wall Street and then 12 on Bad for Press.
Okay, now insert 12 memorable verses
on
Bad for Press.
Right.
So I think that's the difference. So when the consumer comes in and they're studying for the Meech, studying you for the first time.
Yeah.
And if they catch that Meech to Meech BOLD transition, good for you. But when they catch on and they finally like learn your catalog, I feel like those 12 appearances might be all the consumer needs to go ahead and get started on their like discovery. You feel me?
Yeah. I think what to like trump on that, like what I've peeped with the consumer from just conversations and stuff. The worry is you become what have you done for me? Like the world becomes what have you done for me until you like earn their respect. Like that's what I've peeped with the consumer. So like to some people it'll be like, you're the medic nigga. You know what I mean? They'll hit you with like your medic verse. And it's just like
you don't want to be known just for that verse.
Right. And it's a double-edged sword, you know what I mean? There's always a pro and con to everything. It's yin and yang. You know what I mean? So it's just like that will leave you individually like, all right, bro, like I could give you 10,000 medic verses in my sleep. So let me do that. You know what I mean? So that's where I standed on this. That was my standard for the Speed, was just like, let me leave something behind. And not, cause I didn't want to regret, you know what I mean? And also I was kind of like those records on there, I was just kind of like, I just want to get them off. Like I ain't gonna hold on to them.
Medic sounded like you were just having fun though.
It's funny. It's
like it was a dope verse.
I wrote that out of anger, because they were in this is a little fun fact type thing, but they went to New York to record some records. A lot of records I think came out of New York for Bad for Press, and I wasn't there. I had my brother's wedding, and we were there, and then I get a message of like 4 or 5 records they did, and I listened to it. And when I heard Medic, bro, I'll put my life on it. I told everybody, I'm like, bro, this is gonna be the one. Cause I just heard the beat. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I remember just writing that shit in like 3 a.m. on a couch. On my couch, I was sleeping on the couch at that time. Just 3 a.m, just jotting that shit off, bro. And I went in that moment. I'm like, bro, you gonna hear this verse? Like, I just wanted to smoke. Everybody on the verse. That was just my mindset.
Oh, okay. See, because when you said you were mad, I was like, why were you mad?
Yeah, I wish I was in New York. I wish I was there. But at the same, it was good reasons though. That's good reasons. My brother got married, so I don't regret it. But everything happens for a reason. I probably don't get that Medic verse if I was in New York because I'm happy as shit. Like just happy go lucky.
Not as motivated to kill him on that verse.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And I had another verse to it too. And you know, the guy that helps us a lot, she was just like, this ain't hitting. Because I was having fun initially, and then he's just like, "This is not you." I was like, "Damn, everyone was having fun." He's like, "Nah, bro, that's not you. Like, you know, you talk that shit." I said, "All right, bet."
Facts. That's what this sounded like. That's what this sounded like. You sound like you're having fun because I hear all of your introspective music and reflective music and all that stuff. So that's why to get it on Medic, it was great to hear you know, go into that pocket and go into that realm because you know, he shows you can do that too. Like I was talking to Rich earlier before you came here. Like I made a comparison. And I normally hate comparisons, but I felt like it like fit at like for the time being. I felt like you were what Big Sean was to good music during that whole run.
It's funny, I listen to a lot of Big Sean.
No, you feel me? Like you remember like the Cruel Summer run.
Yo,
like,
okay, I'm following you.
And like the Good Friday run when like they would drop a song every week. Big Sean was at the last of every song for a reason.
That's crazy.
You feel me?
I remember that.
So now you come off, and now I kind of got the same thing. That's why Medic is probably one of like my favorites, just from the whole group. Yeah, because everyone did their thing. Yeah. But then you get to the last verse. You feel me? And I feel like it's like that. Don't cause tension.
It's crazy. I said that on
Hey, like, I feel like personally, if you don't have that competition within the group, you guys aren't pushing each other to be as good as you can. So you need that competition.
I always feel like Luke is trying to fight people every time. I hear
that's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm like, Luke is trying to fight.
Don't think song, Luke being quiet, bro. I always say this to Luke too. I'm like, bro, I ain't sleeping, man. Just because Luke act quiet and calm, and like, trust me, that nigga got 80,000 bars.
No, every time I hear a verse from him, like on a group track, I'm like, he went in there trying to hurt everybody in the group, yo.
Trust me, bro.
Just tell. But I feel that. But I just thought, because like I said, like Big Sean during that Good Music run, crazy. He literally was so impactful to the roster at that point. So you know, and like you were saying before, you don't really do press that much. So I didn't really hear much from you, so that's why having this conversation is really dope, because I'm learning so much, because I don't really get to hear a lot from you, right? So it's just really dope. So I think everything that you're doing right now is incredibly dope. I'm just happy y'all are getting this shine right now. It's just gonna go up from there.
I wanted to ask, since we're on this topic, because I was asking Dev what he thought about your sound, because I thought it had an old school feel to it, and it's something I haven't really heard in a while. Like your sound, I haven't heard from anyone out in Massachusetts, to be very honest with you. Right. So I want to ask you, like, for the people that are watching, haven't heard from Meech, what do you categorize yourself? Like, how would you describe your own sound? Man,
I think the first thing would always be soul. Just soul? Like soul, like everything comes from inward for me. So I would say soul. It's hip hop. It is hip hop, because I can't be ignorant to what I came up off of. Also, I think just music then was it was handled with grace, you know what I mean? And there's even projects that slip through the cracks that don't get praised, that are amazing and not even comparable to like what's being made today sometimes, because so many people are making music now. So I would always start with just soul, hip hop, and just like, if I'm in the same shoes as y'all, you know what I mean? That's kind of like the biggest thing in my music. Like, I'm no different, no better than anybody that listens to the music. And I think you could get that skewed when you could do a Paradise. Like, we sell out Paradise, but then it's just like, Like it's just a thing. I can't explain it. It's just an event. You know what I mean? It's just an event, bro.
I don't know, man.
So
You
weird.
impacted a lot of people with
Yeah.
just
No, but
because
I
of
get
the
it.
paragraph. Because weren't you there as well? And the way you were talking about that event and how they performed, bro.
No,
you was
I'm
talking
laughing because how it ended for me.
No, but like before all that, like you was talking about how great the performance was, like how you
Facts.
felt.
Right.
My cousin also went; he was gassing everything up.
Yeah.
So the fact you downplay, I don't think you should downplay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'm just-
impacted a lot of people in the ways you may not even understand.
I don't. You know, I definitely don't. And sometimes I do because like there was some young bulls there, and it was just they were talking like, "Yo, the truth, man, take your picture with me," and I'm just like, "Okay, like yo, like I give you my number." You know what I mean? It's like it's not something crazy. I'm not untouchable. So, but yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is just I want to speak from the perspective of what we're all feeling. You know what I mean? And I think that's where Ye and Kendrick are kind of like the people that I pull from the most all the time. You know what I mean? So
He knows how I feel about Ye, so I don't know.
you don't bang with Ye?
I fuck with Ye, but new
Hold on.
Ye,
Wait. This is all Donda CLB.
me?
No, him. I'm asking him.
Oh, me?
I'm personally Donda. Personally.
Yeah,
No,
But
that's
CLB
okay. That
was
was the
a good
right
body
answer.
work.
That's the right
Yeah,
answer. You're good.
CLB was a good body of work.
It's all right.
But Black Twitter funny, man. Black Twitter would be like, this shit trash. I'm like, all right, bro.
For anyone like,
Come on, it's
First-
not Drake's best.
It's,
album.
like, we're
it's
not gonna
not.
say-
Yo, that was a throwaway album for Drake. You were 100% right because
Facts.
there's no replay value on that album whatsoever. But
Fucking Fans is amazing though. Fucking Fans is amazing.
No cap. You see and it's crazy to hear that even that perspective. Like I don't even listen to the fucking Fans at all.
I don't either.
I love that song.
Girls want girls. That's what I'm listening to.
It's funny because
Race My Mind's that's a nice vibe too.
yeah,
I like
I'm
the
a
fair trade.
pipe down and champagne potion. Like that's when Drake get in that bag. I'm
Okay.
like he's undefeated. He's undefeated to me. TSU when he gets in those spaces, it's not like that's what I can't act like Drake wasn't a huge influence to me. So those are the records I go for Drake. The Girls Want Girls, the Way Too Sexy. I'm like,
Yeah, Way Too Sexy wasn't it?
Yeah.
like whatever.
So for anyone watching this show, like I said, hasn't heard your music, where would you tell them to start off with, as it pertains to listen to your catalog and why?
Not for.
9-4 was a good start.
Not for. Like, because not for. I think it's the ambiance, the production, the sequencing, the topics. You know what I mean? It was and the cover art. Like everything was just kind of man. It just happened. Like I can't. Everything I felt, I did it with strategic, help from people, and no one kind of trumped the ideas that I had. They only helped it, so it was. I would say there, 110%. And it's easier. It's an easier listen in comparison to some of my newer stuff. I guess I could say.
Mm-hmm. I'm a vibe real quick.
Yeah. Shout out Sprained.
Ooh, turn me up in there, cat, please. Just a little bit. they gotta hear this. They gotta hear this.
After this, I kind of want to talk about Bad for Press.
I'm a dog, nigga. I got lost, reinforced.
This record sucked through the cracks.
This is Sprained Wrist off of Barriers to Knowing. Go check that out as well, you feel me? Now I like this sound. I really do like this sound.
When I get in the auto-tune bag, I know I can hit some certain pitches. So. I haven't heard this in a minute.
Nah, this and Numb go crazy. I like the little
The transition.
Nah, the instrumental at the end of Numb. I love that. I just like, displaying different pockets, letting people know how versatile the artist can be. Because the man got bars, but he's showing you that he got melody as well. You feel me?
That's why I did that on Venice, on the speeding joint.
Nah, I love Speed. I love Slide on that joint.
Slide's the one.
Slide, that's a nice little joint right there.
I could say, just know the You Like record. It's gonna go. That's what I could say.
The You Like record
The
off
You
of
Like
Speed?
or Speed, bro. Trust me.
Okay.
I can't see no one not liking that record.
I really like when the group works together, yo. That's why I'm so happy y'all decided to drop the tape when y'all dropped it. Cause like when Luke was here, I asked him like if VB was working on anything, and to be honest, he might have been lying when he said his answer. Who knows?
What month was it?
I think it was like November 2020.
Yeah, we were working on it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, it's alright. It's alright. That was the right.
smart for
He
playing
gave
it
the
that
right
way.
Yeah,
answer.
Smart for playing it that way.
he was doing mad press runs, so we're like, yo, be careful.
Be careful.
Nah, because it made sense. I was like, with everything going on, like, there's just so much talent coming out of Mass. But in terms of groups, like, I was telling everybody how, like, what keeps mass from where like it needs to be is obviously just the politics and collaboration. People don't like to work together and shit like that and push and elevate each other. But once you're in a group, yo, I feel it's so much easier because you got all these individual talents that all do amazing things individually. But when you link them all together, it's much more easy to just get that attention and just give everyone access. Because if you fuck with the group, yo, you're gonna fuck with six people or 7 people. They all got individual projects. It's just a great way to market your shit.
That's why I understand the Wu-Tang connection, because Wu-Tang was built the exact same way.
Because then you go off of Cuban links and all that shit.
Yeah, they're able to do their own things and come back together and still create a great piece of work. But I wanted to ask you, like, Bad for Press, like, we all agree that was a great album. You know what I mean? Very first project as a group. So how have things changed for you from before you guys released it to after? Has anything changed? Or has
like
anything
individually speaking?
Individually and as a group.
In what sense? Like socially or like
socially, with women, musically, artistically.
So
everything. What you mean? What you mean? That's clout. That's clout for real.
Yeah, I feel you. Personally, if you ask me, I feel group wise, it brought way more. I mean, of course, the reception helped us be more recognized, and when we're out and about, like no cap. I remember I was at a bar in Cambridge, I believe.
Hey, shout out the gang.
You think they're on state in Cambridge?
I forgot what it was. Brick and Mortar, I think it was called. And I was out there, and I was chilling with somebody. I'll say that. I was chilling with someone at the bar, and some dude tapped me. He's like, "Yo, bro, I love Bad for Press, Meech." Like that. And I never been to do in my life. And he's like, "Yo, let me get y'all a drink." I'm like, "Fuck." I'm like, "Yeah." Now that doesn't happen every time, but like that was just an instance of like, "Damn, all right, like appreciate it, bro." And you know, when we've been around and out and about, we've seen our merchandise, stuff like that. It's cool, but I couldn't say like anything. It hasn't drastically changed yet. I can say that. We could still, you know, go to a Blaze Pizza. We'll be on Newberry with it. Probably get spotted by some people, but it's nothing crazy. And then like clout wise, I ain't got shit from that. I can't speak for everyone though. I know some niggas in VB got probably get active so off of that shit. But me personally, I don't abuse that. No boy, I always say it, man. I know what I want, man. I'm a wife. I want a wife, bro. I want a girl. I'm not too much of that type of guy. So that's me. That's me, because my past life used to be that I was like that, you know what I mean? And that's another aspect to speeding too. Just like this year, it was opportunities of that, and there was opportunities of other shit too, that could lead you down the wrong path as well. Because we were in LA, we were in Vegas, like we seen it, you know what I mean? You see it when you're in the scene, so you see certain people that could be a little off, and it's just about picking. No bull, we just always got to remember that we ain't shit at all right now, you know what I mean? Like we can't. Just because so-and-so's fucking with us, and then someone's like, "Yo, come through to this after party because you cool with him," you know what I mean? And I don't know, someone from TD's gonna be there, someone from Dreamville's gonna be there, Summer Walker's camp's gonna be there, stuff like that, and you're just like, bro, like, we're gonna go, but we ain't nothing, you know what I mean? In the grand scheme,
just don't let it get to your head. Or
yeah,
you feel me?
That's where we at. Stay hungry,
humble, yeah.
Stay hungry, bro, because we still have to get so much work individually, you know what I mean? To like get to the point where if y'all reaching me, like, you gotta hit an assistant. You know what I mean? That's like
the goal.
Like, that's the goal. It is, you know what I mean? And that's also like the con to this shit too, is knowing that it's less human connection because of time. You know what I mean? You can't just DM. I probably like now to be able to. I enjoy shit like this now because I've gotten wise words from mentors, bro. Just, you know, embrace the moments when you're down too, because it's just like once it's gone, you're gonna be like, damn, I remember I was 20, 26, 25, and dudes was just scratching up bread to go to FELIX, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So
you don't have people clamoring to work with you now, producers trying to make beats for you,
Man.
or artists trying to get you featured after that? Because I honestly expected that would be the case. More people trying to work with you.
Yeah, and I think, and I could say individually, this is the most I've seen individually for sure to want to work with me, but I'm very selective.
Okay.
I'm very selective. And producer wise, like, I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, man, I'll give you a verse off the love, and if you use it, you use it. Because nowadays a lot of producers are dropping projects and songs and shit like that now, just because they see what The Alchemist is doing. You know what I mean? And like Pink Sofa and stuff like that. Like they're all creating their own projects. So you see,
High End Theory got some heat on.
Right.
Shout out to
Ricky. Shout out Rick. You know what I mean? So people are collecting, they're curating their own sounds. But for me, for my individual work, you gotta blow me out the water production wise to want for my future work at least. You know what I mean?
Nah, I like that shit. You ain't gonna attach your name to just anything. You feel me? So
Nah.
Meech is a brand.
Yeah, bro. We getting there.
Nah, facts. What was the inspiration behind the title of the tape?
For Speed?
Yeah.
It just kind of resembled just what was going on. Everything was coming fast. Flights, you know what I mean? Flying out to places. This is the most I've ever traveled in my life this year. Doing shows, you know what I mean? Meeting people. Just that are of, I guess, higher status, you know what I mean, in the music scene.
It all did happen quick.
Very quick.
It all did happen
very quick, bro.
Like when I knew of the group, but when I was first really introduced to the camp and the music, was at the Stiz show at House of Blues when you opened. Y'all opened for him.
Yeah.
Great show. And then that's when I like started to dig into everyone's catalog and see what everyone's doing. And everyone was doing their own thing, respectively. But then when the project dropped, I feel like the attention to that project did come pretty quick.
Very quick.
It was like it wasn't like a 1, 2 week, 3 week thing. Like shit, they dropped it and shit just started moving. So like I can understand processing all that.
Yeah, bro. It was crazy.
It can just be a lot to process.
It was a lot. It was a lot, man. I'm talking about you chilling and then.
Now you're traveling, going to different states for tour.
Yeah,
now
bro.
you're performing in places.
So and it was just a lot of that. Everything was just coming fast and opportunities, situations, and then just from reading, I remember the term Godspeed, like just that sense of just like may God bless you on your journey. So like that was just like okay, all right, like this is a journey that I'm going through, and just staying prevalent with understanding that like I'm always gonna go back to the soul and my spirit. So. I was like, Godspeed. And that's just my ode to just being like, shit coming at me fast, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? In the end, God, this is my journey. You know, may God bless me on my journey and yours as well. You know what I mean?
So you sound like you're very spiritual.
Yeah, extremely. So, and I try to stray away from what Twitter says spiritual shit means.
No, like I knew,
stuff, so.
I had a good feeling you were spiritual. The very first text you sent me.
Peace God.
It was like, hey God.
Yeah.
I was like,
shout out my 5%.
No, you were fine. But I was like, I watched enough of that Wu-Tang show. I know.
Bro, it's crazy because Peace God. As his OG in Brockton, I always said it, and then the Wu-Tang, he would always say it to me, and then when I watched the Wu-Tang Jam, I was like, man, that's beautiful. I was like, peace God, and it's just everyone's gods, you know what I mean? I feel that way. Mathematics, bro. Extreme thinkers. Everyone is very high, transparent. Yeah, like there's a lot of things that go through our minds, bro, daily. Everyone's going through shit, you know what I mean? So, and we're all smart. We're all geniuses, bro. So, that's why I stay, man. Stay high, stay elevated. Word.
So, what is one thing you want people to take from this tape after they listen? What do you want them to know about Meech BOLD?
That I'm authentic. You know what I mean? It's authentic and original. Everything that I come up with is authentic, original. And I'm not trying to pattern myself after too many people that came before me. I'm inspired for sure, you know what I mean, from the greats that have done shit for me. But I try my best to like just keep everything original. So if I want to say a word a certain way, I'll say it. If I want to say a bar a certain way, I'll say it. If I want to be witty, I'll say it. Like it's even like the intro is everything. Like the intro kind of. No bullshit. I'll be like, just listen to the intro of the record. You know what I mean? When I was just like, I said, like you're more jaded than Kiss. That means you bitch for real. Like just how that's just how I feel. Like that's literally what I say word for word. And just reference to like, all right, I'm gonna play around with words. Jada Pinkett Smith, Jada Kiss, da da da. It's that and the third. And I'm gonna be unapologetic about it.
Word.
You know what I mean? So if someone feels a certain way, I mean, I'm always down for discussion, but I'm not gonna remain mute. You know what I mean? I've been that way for like 20 plus years of my life, man. And that wasn't fun. That led me to 9-4. Repressing a lot of shit led me to 9-4. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say to people, man.
Yeah, it's becoming great just hearing from you because, like I said, we've only really heard from you from these small EPs. So hearing a full body of work like Speed, which is out on streaming platforms in like 4 days, whenever you're listening to this. But yeah, now that we're getting full bodies of work like Speed, and you're doing things like this, like press runs, and we're seeing you more outside. It's dope just to actually be able to learn your story and attach it to the music. Yeah. Because like I heard the verses and I heard the music, and I just had so many questions. You feel me? So it was dope to, you know, get this opportunity and do that. Yeah, really dope. So yeah, make sure y'all go check it out. Where can people find you online? Meech _BOLD on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok too. I think my TikTok is that as well. So yeah. Word.
Real quickly, before we wrap up, I just want to ask, what do you have planned like individually for 2022?
Like
if anything else,
for me specifically,
just for you.
Man, getting better at the craft, and whether that be in merchandise, visual aspect, videos, short films, photography.
No, go ahead. Keep talking. Yeah, you just sparked something in my head. Keep talking.
Yeah, bro. Short film, and then the music itself. You know what I mean? Just I don't want everything for me is just like I don't want the next project to sound like the last. So that's gonna be my focus, man. And if it leads to having an album done, you know what I mean, I'm coming. But I'm not banking on that. Like I'm genuinely trying to craft just the most ideal, you know, thing. Because I just want to make sure my music, I relieve everything I'm feeling, bro. Mm-hmm. Everything I'm feeling emotionally right now, I just want to get that shit off my chest and do it well enough for that it could just everyone fuck with it. So that's gonna be my focus, man. Just perfecting myself with the craft, visually, artistically, stuff like that. So.
If y'all are watching this on YouTube or listening to this anywhere, I'll give you this opportunity to pause this right now. So open up YouTube, go to your search bar, type this in, right? Type in Meech BOLD. Sometimes Pain Can Be a Drug 2, Part 6. Bruh. Go ahead, type that in. I'll give you 3 seconds to pause. And hopefully you came back. Fam, nigga, I gotta tap my dog up. That was sweet, fam. That like when y'all posted that shit, and I don't mean it like shit like that, but like when y'all posted that, right? First of all, big Kendrick fan out here.
Yeah.
Part full, love that. Upset that he took that off streaming services.
Yes, sir.
It is what it is.
Shit's sad.
But that beat, bro.
Oh, that's undeniable.
That beat, that soulful ass beat, bro, does something to my soul. So hearing somebody spit like that and hearing you specifically spit on that, that was some great work, bro.
Bro, I appreciate it.
That was some really.
I don't think anybody's touched the beat. That's the reason why I didn't see it. So
nah, that was really dope. And like I said, there wasn't really much out there unless you've out there about you, like unless you really dig and do your research. Right. So I learned mostly about you through your music, which is dope. But like.
Which I like.
Songs like that. No, and that's cool.
You know what I mean?
You don't talk. You let the music do the talking. Yeah, bro. And that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. But like that song, I don't know. It just let me know how dope the pen is. So like I fuck with shit like that.
Yeah, that series is everything to me, man. I started that like in 2016. Yeah. That's why it's like Part 6 has been 6 records over the last 5 years. So I won't stop. I won't stop until I might never stop with that. Even if I like get to 40 and I'm like, I'm not dropping no more albums. Like I'll still add to that series.
It'll be like a nice way to do a little check-in. Like you know how like Uncle Murder does his yearly wrap-ups? Yeah, that's how. It can be like a little check-in with your mental, see where you're at that moment in your life.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me?
That was that no cap, that and then the Heart series. Like of course the Heart series. And FELIX had a voice memo series. He used to do a lot on SoundCloud. Those 3 things influenced me to be like, what am I feeling? Yeah. And it's just that. Yeah. Sometimes pain could be a drug, man.
No, I feel you. You know, are you tapped into? Do you tap into new music when it comes out, or does it take you a while to catch up?
I listen out of respect, you know what I mean, for the artist, because putting a piece of work is a lot, you know what I mean. So I do, but personally, my daily rotation is it's older music. Okay. Personally, and a lot of R&B, but like the wavy shit that's out now. I wish I kind of was tapped in. I was fucking with Playboy and Uzi when it first came out, like 2016, 2017.
Big era.
No cap. Cardi still got me. I ain't gonna hold you. Whole Lot of Red, all that shit. Like I'm still here. Like that nigga nice. But Uzi and a couple other like of those rappers, I kind of like fell off on. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, Roddy, like I was just saying, Roddy shit. Like I listen to Roddy shit. I listen to more recent stuff.
Thank you for saying that. So great way to transition. All right, yo, we got to talk about this tape. Nah,
hold on. Before we talk about it, you fuck with it?
It's smooth. It's not trash. Oh, that's a classic.
How would you compare the two?
It's not that.
It's not that.
It's not
Okay.
that. But I think you know what's weird? Sophomores, the conversation around sophomore albums,
curse.
man. Sophomore albums. That's why Kendrick is fucking weird. And
that was his sophomore album. To Pimp a technically, Good Kid, Mad City is his sophomore album.
You know what I mean?
But major label To Pimp a Butterfly is a sophomore. But yeah, continue.
Someone tweeted the other day. I think Park, who produced Isaiah Rashad's record, Park, like the song Park, is Park too. He said something about another artist that had there's only like Kendrick and someone else that had like a trifecta of just they ain't miss. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like they literally went up and up. I have to find
Drake
it.
is there.
Cole?
Nah, I gotta find it.
I mean,
I'm
Drake
tight.
is there.
I'm tight right now.
Yeah, Drake's first 3 projects ain't miss.
Ain't miss.
Thank Me Later, Take Care, nothing was the same.
But we talking like it moved the game. You know what I mean? Because even like Antisocial, that project that shifted a lot. You know,
That was a great project.
Yeah, from melodic rap, that shifted a lot of shit for the generation.
I personally think though, like that was a great record, but this is what I've been telling this man for months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a great record, but that was his first. You feel me? Really. And,
right.
And in my opinion, like everyone was putting him on this pedestal because of how great this was, but he doesn't drop music regularly or consistently enough.
And he barely speak, bro.
He does features though.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but
and
that's once in a blue moon. You
he's
feel me?
killing those too.
So for everyone to, in my opinion, for everyone to be gassing him up over one album, one project, I'm like, yo, anyone can make one good project.
Yeah.
You guys can't be expecting him to do this every single time, which is what I was trying to tell to him. Mm-hmm. And when I heard his album, Live Life Fast, it was alright. It's not a bad album at all. Yeah. But compared to this, there's no comparison.
I'm gonna keep it a rack with the listeners.
No comparison.
All right, I'm gonna keep it a rack with the listeners. I champion my dog Roddy still, but Live Life Fast was a disappointment. I do have to keep it above. It was a disappointment. Off of coming off, please excuse me for being antisocial. Like features were great, and it's weird. It's so weird because Live Life Fast, right? One, the money got to my dog too quick. And I understand.
My thing with him is though, didn't he say he was taking time off to make this album to like get new experiences, live life, and like
he need to go experience some other shit.
Bro, he was talking about bitches and hoes, and he was talking about hoes and this shit. Like
just somewhere else.
He was talking about the regular shit most rappers talk about. That's what I'm saying. So like,
he need to go to Africa like Kendrick did or some shit like that. He need to go somewhere else, bro. Because wherever he went, it was not it, bro.
It's tough, man. Because like he younger, and I think the other thing is everybody I blame the people that came before us too. You know what I mean? Sometimes like and the consumer.
I blame him.
I blame him. No, I feel like he played into the consumer what he said. I feel like he played into the consumer like what he thinks we wanted to hear, rather than the things he should have been talking about.
And that's in the conversation I saw some his Zane Lowe interview. He was like coming off that, and then COVID happened. So like he had a kind of a weirder experience. His experience kind of happened this year for real. If we're talking about like normalcy, performing at festivals and popping up at shows and shit like that. After this album, COVID hit, so he ain't go nowhere. You know what I mean? And he was just inside with it.
Do you know what that says to me? That says to me that he should have been in the same type of mindset he was in when he made the first album. Because with this, right, it sounds like a whole tape of B-sides. And the thing is like it's a whole tape of B-sides with A-list features. So that's
Late at Night,
crazy.
you didn't mess with that?
Yeah, no, his features did their thing.
The thing is, I did mess with Late at Night, but like Late at Night was a single that was like different for Roddy. And when I heard Late at Night, and when I first heard it, I was like, oh, okay. This is commercial Roddy. This is Roddy literally trying to make a commercial track. Right. And it was smooth. It was cool, but I didn't expect the whole tape to be in that same type of momentum. Like, it was just a very underwhelming tape. Like, I heard the song, and I got songs that I like. Like after, like, first listen, I'll tell everyone right here. First listen, I hated the tape. I thought it was garbage. I heard the features, and I was like, yo, these are all wasteful features. Crazy. But then after a couple of listens, I started to get the tracks that I like. And I don't like that because the first album, first listen, second song, it was on.
There's no skips on that. You know what I mean?
Off, please excuse me for being antisocial. First time I heard The Box, and that was the second song. It was up from there. And the
I
whole
wasn't
tape
really
was
moved
fire.
up The Box. That's the crazy thing.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, when I first heard The Box, I said,
y'all acting crazy over this one track.
I respect that's probably one of the biggest records, that came out in like the last couple of years, bro. But at the same time, I wasn't blown away.
I just don't understand.
It was just a fun song.
The record, High Fashion. Like when I hear that record, when I heard
War Baby.
It's another
crazy.
mustard record too. But nonetheless, when I saw him
Ballin'.
in Vegas, was it Ballin'?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know, man, when I saw that live in Vegas, I was like, shit, like this. The box was cool, but them 2 records, man, that shit moved people.
Nah, Roddy
You know what I
got
mean?
great songs. Die Young, great. He
I
got
could say
mad
him.
dope tracks.
Let me put it like this. I was telling Salute and LYOR too. And Ricky and them, but mainly Luke and LYOR because they're artists and they're around their age. But I was just like that age group, you know what I mean? Keem and Roddy are leading that early 20s group right now, like of, you know, when we had, like, we could say like
You said
Kendrick,
Keem as in like Baby
like
Keem?
Baby Keem.
You believe so?
Because like 110%.
But he just got into the game though, so
Right, and that's what I'm saying with Keem, Baby Keem, and Roddy Rich. For the youth, when I'm saying like for like the youthful movement, like how Drake, when I was coming out, I remember Drake, Kendrick Cole. Like for them right now, it's those 2.
Keem.
And Don.
I see what
and
he's
Don
saying.
Toliver.
I see what he's saying.
Like for them, like that's what's going with Roddy. Roddy, he gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Off that, and Keem is gonna be fine. Like when I saw Keem in Vegas, bro, that shit was crazy too. And Don in Boston, that shit was crazy, bro. And I wasn't too moved off Don's second album. Personally.
Life of a Don?
Yeah, personally, it was
Love
cool.
that
It was
album.
smooth. But what, you think it's better than the first one?
told you.
Heaven and Hell.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
And it
no,
was bops. That's what I'm saying.
no.
There was
There was some
literally-
joints
No,
on the tape.
bro,
but-
you can't tell me
No,
this
there was some
comparison.
joints on Heaven and Hell,
Oh,
but
yeah,
like
no.
artistic.
No, bro,
like-
Heaven and Hell was fire.
And
No, there were facts, fire. But like on Life of a Don, I heard the improvement in Don's artistry though. In
Yes.
his creative side, you can hear the progression. Like swinging on Wessenheimer, bro. Crossfaded, bro. Bogus. Outer Space with Keem.
This man loves that shit.
I don't like Outer Space.
You don't like Outer Space?
No bullshit.
Oh,
I didn't like
they
that
went crazy
I didn't like
on
what
that
Toliver
shit.
did on his album either.
I didn't like
I
what
was not a
Don
fan
did
of
on
that.
Baby Keem, but then again, Melodic Blue, I wasn't really that big of a fan of.
I fuck with Melodic Blue.
I feel like Melodic Blue, I was like, I feel like it was so much potential, and there were a couple of songs that go, but I don't know what Keem was trying to accomplish.
No bullshit.
But
Live, I can't explain it. Live, when you see it live, that shit will move. Like you be like, damn, I get it. Like it's just lit young shit, man. It's not for. I ain't gonna say I loved it, but I was also like, I no bullshit for someone like him to come off with Die For My Bitch. I expected it to be just Die For My Bitch Rise. And then when he came out with like a lot of chord work and 808s, I said, okay. Like Trademark was stupid. Trademark USA stupid.
Shout out to
You know what I
Shade
mean?
Crew because he got some work on that album. Shout out to my dog.
You know what I
Facts.
mean? Shade Crew is filthy too.
That man has his hands in everything.
Yeah.
Nigga won't.
But I mean, that's that. Talk about someone that ain't talking. You think I don't talk? Share crew, nowhere to be found.
Not facts.
You know what I mean?
Still waiting.
You feel me?
But yeah.
bro. So like those guys, I respect it. I try my best because I'm about, like I said, turn 27. I try to. I don't know. Like people in our age group is just kind of like we're hip to the VHS and then we also hip to the iPhone. Like it's a weird.
You in that middle.
We're in the middle,
You know
bro.
what it was and you know what it is.
So for me, I gotta acknowledge the fact that young people like that, I can't be ignorant, and I'm not gonna hate too much on Roddy. Like I had to get better at critiquing other artists when it's just like at the end, you know what I mean? He felt what he felt. Also, I can't blame you. You fucking mad hoes and you getting mad bread. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to feel yet. You know, I'm 23. I feel Roddy. Like live life fast. What's going on? Like hoes. Like
I feel it.
man, that was most of the album, bro. So
I'll wrap up the topic by saying disappointment. Still, like I heard everything my dog Meech BOLD was saying.
we're talking 2 months. We're talking 2 months. We'll see.
Disappointment. You feel me? But I will say my favorite tracks off of this album: Roller Coastin', Crash the Party, Man Made, and if I have to say one more, Hibachi. Kodak and 21 did what they had to do on Hibachi. I do not like that the opportunity that I had to hear Roddy and Lil Baby had to be preceded by a minute 30 intro. A minute 30 intro of just instrumental.
You know what's crazy? I thought the move to Miami. You talking about the move to Miami?
Move to Miami.
No
yeah.
bullshit. When I heard that beginning, because I'm a big production guy.
So
when I heard that, I said,
when you heard a minute and 30 of production,
no bullshit. I ain't gonna hold you. I fucked with it because that's some shit I would do. Like I mean, you can even
I'd
see
be
on
tight with
barriers.
you.
On barriers,
I'd be
like
tight with
you know what I mean? On barriers,
no,
like
you did that with Numb.
Exactly.
But you did that at the end of the project. That's
Okay,
That's
alright,
understandable.
that's good,
Because like
alright.
you know what Kanye did with Family Business.
Yes, yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense to do it at the end of the album.
I got you.
It does.
It's
It's
funny,
better at the end
crazy
than the
'cause
beginning.
Family Business was my thought. That's crazy you said that. That was my
I'm
thought
nice.
process. No bullshit, you got that.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, I just want to say, in the wise words of Ghost
I'm tight.
from Power, I told you so.
I told you so.
Nigga, that episode had me.
No bullshit.
In the wise words of Ghost,
I know.
I told
I know
you so.
you'd be here, little nigga.
I knew
Yo,
you'd
when
be
he
here,
said
little
little
nigga.
nigga, I was
No
crying
bullshit.
when he said
I'm
little
gonna tell you,
nigga.
Ghost was goated. I gotta leave with this because
told
Ghost
you
was
so.
goated when he said to Tasha, when she said,
I just lost the love of my
I
life.
just want love. Damn, like Tasha, I just want the love of my life, bitch. Damn. Shorty was his wife still. Like
Nah, that was crazy.
Ghost is the goat, man.
Ghost. Are you fucking with the Tariq show?
Nigga.
heavy.
You see that last episode?
Heavy.
Nah, I did,
Yeah.
bro.
Nigga.
Mad people weren't fucking with the Tariq show, but I'm like, yo, you gotta give it
they
time.
bugging,
You're not
bro.
supposed to like
Nah.
Tariq.
Yeah.
They're setting it up
They're
great,
saying
bro.
up great, bro, and it's a great character arc. You know what I mean? And Tariq was
Definitely.
trash in the beginning of like power in general.
Oh yeah, he was a
bad
pussy.
actor.
Then he
was
had to
bro.
he had to grow up.
Grow
My
up,
thing is,
man.
I just hope to see like the show has enough seasons to like see where Tariq ends up.
Bro, that's
Because
what-
his
that's it,
like
man.
you said, his character
Yeah.
arc is insane.
Bro, they got and 50 just like whoever's those writers, bro. And I know 50.
Shout out to Courtney Kemp.
Courtney
Yeah.
Kemp, okay, like those people, they geniuses, bro. Because you could do something like Zeke. Like Zeke is like a 12th character in the show, and he got his own like
That nigga's
threads
acting.
on Twitter, bro.
That nigga's acting be killing me, bro.
And it's just shit like that. I'm like, and
You always told me.
bro, and it unites. They're uniting black people one episode at a time, man. So shout out Power, dog. I'm over here. They fucked up talking about 2 weeks.
Bruh.
Looking for the next episode.
Bruh, got me tight.
Got me tight,
That
bro.
Tommy show in February about to go.
Nah,
crazy,
they smart. They
though.
smart because the
Yeah.
season finale is the
Season
season
finale,
premiere of
yeah.
Tommy shit. So
No,
Yeah.
they that's how they've set up everything, bro. It's crazy, bro. Literally, when season 1 of Tariq and when book 2 ended season
That's when
1,
BNF started?
That's
no,
when
no.
Raising Kanan.
That's when Raising
Raising
Kanan
Kanan,
started.
yeah.
After Raising Kanan was
BMF,
BMF.
yeah.
After BMF was
Tariq.
Tariq season
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Yo, this. So you got to think about it. 50 is on Stars year round.
Bro.
and
That's a check.
Hey, shout out to 50, bro. Shout out to 50.
You know
Niggas
he
can't
know.
touch him in any industry he steps in, and that's something that you gotta speak on. You feel me? But I'll go
Black
ahead and
excellence.
wrap up. I'll go ahead and wrap up.
That was a good rant.
Facts. It's just I had so much anticipation going into Roddy, and it's like Rich has talked to me off the ledge multiple times.
Yeah.
Like he tried telling me like, bro, wait until the
Just
details
give it
about
time. Just
no,
give it
like
time.
yeah,
Just give
I
it
agree.
time.
'Cause,
You
like,
gotta let
even-
the man
the
get
thing
it.
is, I don't give Rich enough credit because he was like, yo, I don't know about the Roddy situation. He was like, yo, I don't know about the Tory situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, and then as like shit comes out later, I gotta dap on my man because I'm like, yo, I wasn't hearing you earlier when you said that shit. But now that we're in this moment, you got that. You got that. Tory and Meg is looking crazy right now.
Yeah,
and
bro,
I won't
I
discuss
don't
that, but that
even-
situation
yeah,
looking
that's all-
crazy
that's
right
all.
now.
I'm good.
Just
As
wait till-
details come out,
Yes,
my nigga, I'm like,
exactly. You see what I
wow.
was telling you? Wait till all the facts come out.
It's
media,
crazy.
everything, a lot of fabrication, man.
You got to think about it. Media has an agenda. Media is
bro.
always going to point or have a protagonist and antagonist. Always, because that's how stories sell. So until you know all the facts of a situation, you can't believe what the media says.
Yeah.
But why the media want to make him the antagonist?
Because he's the guy in the
Bruh.
situation
Do
and
you
it
think,
fits.
you think they didn't hear the fucking they must not have heard the Controller remix.
Sir, it doesn't
Bro,
matter.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
If you think someone at Johnson and Johnson and
You got to think about what sells. That's
They
all
didn't
about
hear
it.
the
Think about
Controller
what
remix,
sells.
my
You're
guy,
talking about
bro.
two prolific stars in their industry, Tory and Megan.
One's backed up by Jay, the other is independent.
It has nothing to do with being backed up. It has everything to do with one being a male, one being a female, and just how the
they're
dynamic
black
in the
too,
world.
bro, and they're black.
The dynamic in the
That
world.
only
It's just
adds to
all about. It's all
parity,
about headlines, selling,
Yeah.
and just numbers, bro. So that's why
Money.
I don't believe anything like. Anything you hear from the news, CNN,
Bro.
CBS, bro, it's all one-sided.
This whole situation is just crazy because, like, after the situation, just seeing how Shorty's career elevated so much after
Yeah.
that situation.
I mean, she's gonna be fine
the
regardless. after
Grammys,
this,
the
yeah.
performances, the awards.
Yeah, Tory done
all
for
that
it.
shit,
Tory
bro.
done for it with the corporate
like,
music scene.
If this shit comes out and my dog skates off of this shit, how it's gonna look for Shorty at the other end?
She's going to be fine.
She's going
to be fine. No one's going to shit on
Cause
her.
nonetheless-
Defamation of character.
No one's
Yeah.
going to no
Defamation
one's
of
going to do
character.
anything to her, bro.
Yeah.
She's going to be fine.
And then
Defamation of character, bro.
She was physically harmed, bro.
Tory
She was
has
physically
to
harmed
do
in some
defamation
way.
Like
of
even if
character,
he's not
if
guilty
that
for
comes out.
shooting her,
Yeah.
something still happened
Something
that we don't
happened.
know.
And she
It
was
may
harmed,
not
bro.
have been that he shot her, but something happened. We saw her foot. You feel
Yeah,
me?
bro.
So
Will
the
Yeah.
fact that she even like we all know something happened, no one's gonna give her shit, bro. She's gonna be fine.
She gonna be
And that's
fine.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Because
It's a double.
if it comes out that my dog was like innocent and all this, 2 years of success you took away from that man, bro. And you got to think about this game and how hip hop works in the game of consistency. 2 years of being out the game or having something fuck up your career, that might be a death sentence.
It might work out for him though, because you got to think about it. He's been dropping music this whole time. The only thing is that the streaming platforms just haven't been promoting his shit.
But he gets streamed.
So a lot of people that are like, yo, I canceled this nigga for what he did, find out he maybe didn't do it, like allegedly didn't do it. They're gonna go back and just listen to everything he's dropped. So he's gonna see like a boost in his listeners just because of what happened. If he gets off. If he gets off.
Shit gets crazy. All right.
The world.
All right. Let's get to our reality checks. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Rich, go ahead and start off for us.
So with Christmas being this week, you gotta take into account we live in the Northeast. We cold as shit all the fucking time, except for like 4 months out of the year. And a lot of people, especially with COVID going around, are dealing with hardships. There's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of people that don't have food. There's a lot of kids that don't have places to stay. They're not getting anything for Christmas. So I'm just saying, my reality check is just, yo, if you have extra money or if you have extra resources laying around, donate that shit. You know what I mean? Go to your local YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, whatever fund is going on and charity is going on, and just donate to that, because during this time of the year, a lot of us are grateful and able to be with our family, but a lot of people, a lot of children especially, aren't. So let's try to give them a good Christmas, a good holiday, because in my opinion, no one should be alone during this time of the year, because this is all about being together. So if you got any money, if you got any extra resources that you can spare, donate that shit, because there are a lot of people out there that would be extremely grateful for what you're doing. So that's my reality check.
Now it's crazy because I'm a piggyback, because my direction was gonna be in that way too. My preface statement would be acts of kindness, man. That end of I'm in Brockton. There's a lot of homeless people. I work with a lot of immigrant Haitian parents and stuff like that with my current situation and stuff. So helping them, you're talking about non-English speaking people. You know what I mean? And the least you can do is just be kind and serve, man. Be of service. And not inflicting. You know what I mean? Do not inflict your emotions on another person at all. Please, just allow these fleeting emotions that we all feel not deter you from being kind. Having great conversations, you know what I mean? Like the one we had today, that should be happening frequently, especially now with the holidays coming around, people coming home. I always check in on people 110%. It's so funny how everybody be on their phone, but they don't be talking to people. It's weird. You don't check up on someone, but you're on Instagram and you're on Twitter and all that stuff. So it's always good just to check in on somebody, see how they feeling. Acts of kindness gets you so far. Trust me. That manifestation stuff don't work without the actions. Trust. So that's my reality check with it.
Word. And then for my reality check, message I'll leave with the people is to let your self-doubt be a motivation. Let that be a driving force. I feel like we go through so many phases in life, and when we're heading in the right direction, if it's a direction that we've never stepped in before, we're hesitant on it and we're kind of fearful from stepping into that. But once you step into that shit, yo, fam, I've had so many moments of self-doubt that kept me back from accomplishing so many goals just because I was fearful of the outcome. But once I stepped into that, I was flying and everything was beautiful from there. So nowadays, if I'm ever doubtful of a situation, I think about it, I lay out all of my options, and then I just say fuck it and go right ahead. And 9 times out of 10, it's a right choice that I'm making at the end of the day. Because if I'm ever doubtful of anything, it's just because we're our biggest doubters. We're our biggest enemy. But once we get over that shit, once you get over that hump and just go full throttle, it's amazing the things that you can accomplish. So anytime you're ever doubtful of yourself, just use that as motivation to keep going. And yeah, that's pretty much all I want to leave for my reality check. Be easy out there. And that is pretty much the end of the episode. Meech, I want to say thank you for pulling up. I appreciate it. Definitely. And I actually really enjoyed this conversation. Yeah, feel free to come by anytime, bro.
Yeah,
feel free to come by
I'll do this off the grid too. I don't need the mics, you know what I mean? If y'all want to break bread, I'm always down to break bread, man.
Say that. Love that. So yeah, like we said, go ahead, check out his music. He just dropped a tape on SoundCloud. Will be on streaming platforms pretty soon. It's called Speed. Go check out all the old music. Go check out Van Buren's music, Bad for Press. Check out Black Wall Street. Check out everything that they got going on, music videos, everything in their camp. Go crazy. They're not just rappers. They got producers. They got videographers. They got designers in the camp as well. So go ahead and tap into everybody and go ahead and learn something about Brockton, because I'll say it right here. We've had a lot of names come on the show from Brockton. We've had a lot of like dope people out there, but as the years go on, we're starting to learn what Brockton is really about, and that they're a city to be recognized. And as more and more people get mentioned, you'll just see it all laid out in front of you. All right. So once again, Merry Christmas to everybody. Next week is our end of the year wrap up. That's gonna be crazy. When it gets to album of the year, conversation gonna get.
I better be drinking that. Get a little faded on that.
You know, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
great. You feel me? Shout out to Kat once again for sticking through and staying along a little extra tonight. I appreciate you. I love you. You're great. All right. So once again, you've been listening to the Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich.
Meech BOLD.
Facts, and we will go ahead and catch y'all next week. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Love. Enjoy your Christmas.
We back. It's that back. We back. Yeah. It's that we back. Right here, nigga. We back. Yeah. We back. The almighty. Yeah. We back. In this motherfucker. We back. We back. Been a couple years, couple tears, let the money stare. Got a bunch of fears, I ain't folding, I'm a one-on-one. Sun is up, I stay in tune with the shiners coming through my window. Never meet your heroes, never worship people, big names and 7 zeros. Truth is in your soul, take your hands and keep your ears closed. My side eye sharp, need a heart over bars I spit. I'm at the bar with stay anonymous, respect my conglomerate. We all got accomplishments, this flow is astonishing. Gave it 3 classes, don't be fooled, I've been popping, bitch. Along with Socrates, the Play-Dohs, and Dave Carson shit. We flows and lost people, all I've been surrounded with. Give me something real, your attention is diminishing. Trust me, I ain't finished with talking my shit. Need a minute to spit, real shit for the soul.